guys, and welcome back. This is ChosenArchitect. Today we're jumping back into some more SkyFactory One, and we're going to be draining the wither. So, I hope you guys are ready. So today we're going to be diving into some more industrial foregoing, getting ourselves some automation set up, and really setting ourselves firmly into this mod. Like, we are going to be well off and have everything basically automated, so that way we can make all the machines and all the cool stuff that this has to offer. Now, first of all, let's go ahead and get some infinite food. This right here is a artifact that you can eat infinitely. It is an infinite steak. As you can see, it does have a cooldown though, which is kind of weak, but it is a food source that I can always keep in my inventory and eat, even though we have real steak. Like we have 3.7 thousand steak in there. To go with our 57,000 nether quartz that's just building up. And this is not a server, by the way. This is a single player. Like, this is just me. I just play it every day. It doesn't get left on. It's just me playing. So lots and lots of stuff building up here, which is pretty awesome. And that's just from our sieves mostly. I haven't even started with the seeds and stuff. But anyways, enough of that. Let's talk about what we're going to work on. I am got all this stuff up here, basically ready to be crafted. Stasis chamber. Actually, we need another advanced. Let's go ahead and make, actually, let's make the laser drills first. So I'm going to need 4 laser drills. I'm also going to need a fluid laser base today. I might as well also make this. Let's see, we'll need 2 simple frames. Make 2 of those bad boys. And then I also need 1 for the stasis chamber as well. I can go ahead and get all the auto crafts ready for that. So the stasis chamber is going to hold a wither in place. And we're going to use the fluid laser drills to drain the wither of its gases. Even though its gas is a fluid. Did you know that the wither contains ether gas fluid? I guess gases are fluids. It's really confusing, but we can drain them of it, and that's what we're going to do. By the way, is the wither a he or she? I guess it really doesn't matter, right? I know the dragon's a she, but what is the wither? It's an it. It's got to be an it. It's just a thing. I have no idea, honestly. But either way, like I said, we're draining the gases from it with a fluid drill. So we're draining the fluid from it. So I need to store this in a jumbo tank. Just so we have a nice large buffer for it. So this will be stored inside here. And then this storage is going to route into an ender tank with a pipe. That way we can access this, because we're not going to keep this thing in this dimension. No. I do not want this thing in this dimension. Let's also go ahead and make this real quick. This is a marine fisher. It may seem a little weird that we're making this right now, but we've had a way to fish in this dimension for a little while. I know I'm jumping a little bit off topic here, but I want this thing to be running because it has the chance of actually fishing up other things. So right now we have this fisher in here, and yeah, we have to manually put fishing stuff in here, but it doesn't fish up everything that I would want. So if we put the marine fisher, we should be able to put an ender chest on top. We don't need a collector or anything anymore. So get rid of the collector. The only thing this needs is some power. So let's see. We should probably do wireless power for this thing. Just so it makes it a little bit nicer. So we can get a GPS on this bad boy. And it looks like that went right on there. Perfect. And then we need a cyclic node. There we go. An energy transfer node. I don't think I have. I need to get all these on AutoCraft, these nodes. At least that's on AutoCraft. Look at that. Melted that bad boy right up. So yeah, this is going to go all the way over here. And that should give that power. And then what we're going to do, once we have this hooked up, and it's getting power, put the ender chest on top and have it send all the items that it fishes up, which it should start fishing up items pretty quickly. And we can even put speed upgrades in here to make it go even faster, which I don't know if I want to do, because it does do a pretty good job on its own. We're going to have this push into the ender chest and we should be good to go. I've also sped up the ender chest a little bit. Let's just talk a little bit about things. I put 2 more importers onto the inner chest and put max upgrades in it. It doesn't have a stack upgrade. Only one of them is a stack upgrade, but it seems to be doing a pretty decent job. It is keeping up with everything, which is good. More than keeping up with it, I would say. So because I'm going to be setting this up cross-dimensionally or in another dimension, we are going to need to chunk load it. There's no like tools in here to allow us to chunk load other than these things. That's just a mod called chunk loaders. This right here loads up a 3x3 chunk. And if we split this up, we can set this so that way it will load a single chunk. So now we have 9 of them that will load single chunks. And I only need a single chunk to be loaded for this. This only takes up a little bit. It takes up a little bit of space. Basically, you need a space for your stasis chamber, which I still have yet to make. There we go. Stasis chamber. So yeah, you need a space for your stasis chamber. And then you need 3 blocks above that. And then as far as wide, it's only as wide as a wither is. So really 3x3 blocks, give or take. So we are going to need just a couple of blocks to build with. So cobble. And this is just going to be to place the laser stuff. But let's go ahead and get this fluid laser set up so that way we can start draining this fluid off of this thing. We're going to place this thing right in here. I've already kind of cleared out a room. I actually probably need some torches, some more torches. But for right now, let's go ahead and check this out. If you hit F3 and G, you can see the chunk bounds. And notice we are in a chunk. So we're good. So I can place this right here, the single chunk loader, right here in this. And you can say whether it's loaded or not. I guess when it's set there, it is loaded, I hope. Because to have this thing unloaded is going to be pretty bad. I hope that means by default it's loaded. Yes. Okay. I'll go with that. All right. So for right now, if we start here, that's going to be a pretty good space. This space right here. We can go ahead and get the stasis chamber laid out. And now that I'm thinking about it, I'm actually going to need more than this dimensional cell. I'm actually going to need 2 dimensional cells because well, I might as well just go ahead and make a few more, make 1 for each of the laser drills because each of these lasers are going to require power as well. But as of right now, the stasis, I kind of want to see how much power it needs. So I link that and I set this to out. I think this uses 1,000. So roughly 500 RF per tick or so. It says 1,000 FE, but that's every like 2 seconds. Which if it's 2 seconds, 1 second is 20 ticks. So it's way less than that actually. So this should be able to run just fine. Now notice my overworld is not chunk loaded where our power is located. So yeah, that is something I've got to get into then to change. So for that, I'm just going to place a advanced chunk loader and that's going to go right in the middle of our base. And this will do 5x5 chunks. So if I place it down here, that should be able to load. Oh no, this is the wrong one. Place this one. This one, yeah, is loading almost all of our base. Oh, I love how it shows a picture. That's kind of cool. So what if I place it here? Is it showing that it's got more of the base loaded? So it is missing out on like a corner section because of where our base is positioned. Because I didn't put my base directly in the center of a chunk. Which is kind of unfortunate. We place it here. I think this encompasses our power. This is our crops. And this, I believe, is our power. I think. Or this is our power. Yeah, it looks like it's all covered here. Perfect. So I can hide the borders. Remember, that is F3 and G. That is just a vanilla thing. F3H also shows you like hot tips for your tools. So if you have F3 and H enabled, then you won't see any of the like tooltips. I usually keep it on because sometimes it can provide some useful information, especially with some of the mods. So torches, that was another thing that I needed to grab real quick. But I think that's it, right? Power, RF tools, power, and then we're ready to go back. So looky there. As you can see, our power is being maintained. We're not really losing power, which is a good sign. Of course, if we do start to lose power, we'll have to kind of fix that. So let me go and get some torches so I'm not getting this awful effect that I keep getting. Wonder why I'm getting this effect. See, I'm getting, there we go. We should have more light in here. Okay, perfect. That is the only downside of using this dimension. Now the wither stands 3 blocks tall. So we need to go up 3 blocks and consider this exactly where the wither is going to be at. And then we need to place down our fluid laser drill. I also am still missing something else while I'm here. Look at that. I've already placed this. Man, I do not like that. All right, fluid laser drill. There we go. So this bad boy is placed down, and it says, as you can see right there, it requires FE, but it doesn't. We're actually going to be shooting lasers out at this thing. So we need to space out a few blocks. Really, we could place the lasers directly against this because the lasers, the laser drills actually have a range of about 3 by 3 in front of them by default. So you could have even more than 4 lasers if you want. 4 is just, there to get you started. So at the moment, if you place these, I always find it so weird to place these down. I like to extend one more block out to try and place it on the outside there. Gonna leave me here. There we go. I got that one in. This one's gonna bug me too. There we go. I'll fill that back in. And same with this one. There we go. Now, like I said, these require power. Another thing we're going to need is a purple lens, right? So if we take a look at the purple lens, it's going to tell us things that it can actually mine up with this. And you can see right here, it needs to be over wither to produce ether gas. And the biome does not matter. It does not matter what biome it's in. So it could be in this dimension. It can be in the overworld. I'm putting it here for safety. I'm calling it safety because I don't want it to break free. Because if the stasis chamber loses power, then we're going to have some problems. And so before I even get anything set down, I want to make sure this is on and able to start working. And I want to make sure that our power is stable enough to handle all of these machines running. And then I also want to go ahead and get this set up here. Make sure the fluid that it's generating is going up, pushing into this tank. And then I will have an inner tank that I have set to gray. I'm going to go ahead and place that there. And then we need to get a pipe set up for that. So I'm still missing a few things. There we go. This is almost set up. The only thing we have to do is basically spawn a wither on top of the stasis chamber. And we're golden. Like, that's basically it. So just to be sure that our input and output can be matched and everything is going to work, I'm going to upgrade our base cell here, the one that is receiving power. I just want to make sure that it can receive enough power to feed these machines. And so I just kind of need to get this going. So a regular dimensional cell is this one right here. And then we have the advanced. So the dimensional cell, which are kind of out of order. I mean, this one should work. It'd be 5,000. I believe is the cap on the energy. I think this is 5,000. This one goes up to like 25,000. So even having this one here should be more than enough. I'm going to go ahead and pull out this power cell. Place this one down, make sure this is input, and then make sure this goes back in here. And then as you can see, yeah, this one has an input and output of 5,000. I'm making sure the input is matching that. And this also raises up the buffer because it does have a pretty decent size power buffer on that. So we should be good. Let's see. That was the dimensional that we just pulled out. I'm going to have to put all these linking cards back in. I think we're almost ready to power this thing. That's the last thing I want to do is to have that wither just jump out on me. I could kill it pretty quickly, but I still don't want it to destroy any of these machines, which it can. So I think we're just about ready. So I think we're ready for this. All I have to do is put the purple lens in here. The depth does not matter on this. And get herself a wither to spawn in. Now, I did notice why I was getting that effect. Because it was on. The machine was on. And when you step in here, I even get a effect that makes it where it's really hard to move. So the same thing's going to happen to this wither. All right. I think we're ready to go. Time to spawn this wither. And I'm going to do it just like this. It may seem weird that I'm doing it that way, but that's just how I'm used to it. Because I know that it will spawn directly there. And boom. Now, so long as it's stasis like this, it will not explode. It will not do the explodey bit. But we should be draining fluid out of it. Yeah, as you can see, there was a little bit of ether gas that just moved and should be ending up inside of this tank. You can see right here, ether gas. There's 20 millibuckets in there. Perfect. And that's what I want. Now, to speed this up, to make this go faster, I need upgrades in all of these machines, and I actually have made some. So let's go get some upgrades in those bad boys. So we'll just slap these upgrades in here. There we go. Now, how much is this going to be costing? It's a little bit more expensive. So long as it can maintain that and not cause any problems with this, we should be good. I hope. I hope. But this should be draining a bit faster. I'm noticing a chunk drop from it, but that's fine. But as you can see, the process is going a bit faster, which is good. That's kind of what I want. It's a bit choppy, but I think it's because of the power gen here. I should have enough power to maintain all of this, like no problem. Because I went ahead and made another set of dynamos here, and these are producing quite a bit. And if I was using more than I was making, this would be down. I'm only using 10% of what this one's generating. Same on this one, I'm only using 10% of what it's generating. And these I am using 100%, 100%, near 100%. They're kind of all over the place, but yeah, these, I'm not even using these, which is over 1,000 RF per tick right here. So yeah. Anyway, I think we're doing good. I think we're doing pretty awesome. Now we can actually watch this. Oh yeah, it's going way faster now. We already have almost a whole bucket worth of ether gas generated. Insane. So with this fluid in here, we can now set up auto crafting for things that require this. So back here, there we go. Place that, and we see the gas is now building up inside this dissolution chamber, and that's going to allow us to make the highest tier machine frame with auto crafting. So at the moment we're making advanced, so frame, but there is a supreme version of this. And so you can see right here, it requires a little bit of ether gas. All I have to do is get these bad boys on autocraft, and we are ready. We're ready to go. We are able to make all of this stuff. Let's see. So long as we have netherite, I think netherite, yeah, we have to set up a craft for this. We do pull out scrap, which is good. We make those, everything else. Yeah, everything else is ready to go. So we can just throw that into an auto crafter. And then this pattern is going, oh, you know what? I almost forgot. Because this is a special auto craft here, special craft, we have to go into here and remove the fluid because I'm not doing it that way. So there we go. We'll redo this pattern. Remove that fluid because we have it automatically feeding this machine with that fluid, so we don't have to worry about that craft. And then we'll fill this pattern here, and perfect. So now we can actually craft one of these, and it's going to go through the process of making the simple. It'll make the pity, then make the simple, then make the advanced, and then bam, go over here and make the supreme. So quite efficient right here. This is should populate that, and then I'll lock it. There we go. Go ahead and make sure that's nice and locked, and we're ready to go. Now, I know you guys did say that you can use a crafter directly on the dissolution chamber and feed it the fluids, but I mean, that would be a way to do it, but you still have to manage all of your fluids then in a fluid disk in here, and it's a little bit different when you have fluids infinitely going into a system. So like a 64K drive, I think it's what, 64 buckets, or it's not 64 buckets. It's gotta be more than that. 64,000 buckets, something like that. Either way, well, we would fill that probably pretty quickly. Like this alone is producing so much pink slime and or meat. It's quite ridiculous. Now, why did we set all this up? Well, this block is actually used in creating the mycelial generators, but not only that, it's also how we're going to automate the wither and get ourselves the wither constantly being spawned in and killed. Going to be fantastic. So this right here, all we need is one more wither kill. So get some soul sand, throw this in here. I almost wonder if we could just take on the wither ourselves inside this cage. Like, we probably should. I mean, I know this is doing it, but like, I at least want to get, you know, one actual legit kill on it. You know, I'm going to turn it off. And we're going to fight this thing. We're going to go after him. You know, I'm even going to set in here. I'm going to stay in here while this is happening. I just want to see how powerful this armor is. It should be able to easily withstand, no problem, this boss. All right, let's place this in here. That's right in the center. We should be good. There we go. It's got, because it's got 3 heads, it has turtles on all the heads. How beautiful is that? All right, let's get our sword. And we're legit fighting it. It only took a few hits. Wow. This better be rare or better. Oh yeah, by the way, also when you kill a wither with the Supremium sword, you do get essence for doing so. So if you're in need of Supremium real quick, you can obviously just kill a wither for it. That's definitely a way to do that. And like if you kill it with a Imperium sword, by the way, it'll give you Imperium. So depending on what sword you kill it with depends on what you're actually going to get as an output, which is pretty neat. Like that's a pretty cool thing, but I think it only took like 3 or 4 swipes, right? I mean, we do like 40 damage, like plus with this sword. So, I mean, legitimately easy kill, even without using that wither builder there. So let's get the wither builder set up, and then we can use that cage to constantly spawn it in. Like we have enough here to easily spawn the wither in several times. So let's get this bad boy automated. It doesn't take much, honestly, to do this. However, the wither builder does have some flaws, and we can talk a little bit about that. The wither itself, with us not having any type of protection on it, when it explodes and does its explodey thing, it is going to need to not have another wither being actually built, because this literally builds a wither. So if it does that, it's going to break the blocks, and then what's going to happen is we're going to have broken bits of wither in here, like a wither structure. And we want to make sure to time this far enough in between, so that way the wither itself is not going to have troubles being spawned in. Like we're not going to end up with it broken. So I need to place this in. I believe it will show where this wither builder is going to actually build the wither. We open this up to make sure it is placing it in the right spot, which it is. There we go. As you can see, that is the perfect spot. And all right, inside here, we need to give it, for one, power. We're also going to need to feed it the different types of materials. And then we're also going to need to make sure that we time this properly. So first of all, let's set this to redstone pulse. So it'll only run when it receives a redstone pulse. We definitely want that. Let's extend this over here, and we will hook in an exporter. Luckily, the exporter can actually export multiple things from our system. So we can say, hey, I need a craft card, because I did set up crafting for using essence, this nether essence, to make soul sand. So soul sand is going to be something that gets auto crafted. Wither skeleton skulls aren't. We have plenty of those. That should be enough for this whole playthrough. So if I put the crafter here, right there, this should automatically from our system craft our required product. You can see it's automatically filled the slots. That's perfect. Here's the fun part. We need to power this. Luckily, we already have a dimensional cell ready to go. So me giving it power should be fine. It's not receiving any kind of pulse. Wonder where our RF tools... I guess this one was a new one and never had a cell link to it. All right, so let's slap this in there. There we go. Make sure that's set to output. So now it's got everything it needs to spawn this, except for it needs a pulse. Now, here's the thing. Actually, we should probably turn this off altogether. If I start messing with it, it's not going to spawn it, is it? You know what? I'm going to go ahead and set it here. It's going to be fine. It's going to start spawning a bunch, but that's okay. We need this to be on a tick delay as much as possible. Power is fine, and then we can make the duration a small, like, tick. That should be fine. I'm hoping that 200 tick delay is enough. As you can see, it did kill them. Let's go up here and check. So it placed it down. Does this blow up, though, before the next one is built? It doesn't. So that is an issue, and I don't really know. I don't know if we have anything else that can expand the tick delay far enough. It needs to be more than 200 ticks. Other than going with vanilla redstone. Yeah, it's like, it's almost enough, but 200 ticks is not doing it. I got to figure out some other solution. I think I've done it. I think I figured out the thing that I needed to do. So after understanding how the redstone clock works, definitely got it figured out. So this delay in ticks doesn't actually happen until the duration finishes. So the higher the duration you set, the further in delays in ticks overall it will be as well. So that was an interesting thing to discover. So I just basically set that the duration, which holds the redstone, how long it holds it, because it seems like it waits until it shuts off before it resets this delay tick timer. So I just set it to those numbers, and it's working perfectly. It's given it enough time before it respawns another one, and that's just what I want. Now I need to get this basically hooked in, so that way our nether stars are being fed back into our system. And to do that, I mean, it's honestly as simple as breaking this and ender chest. Yeah, I'm gonna go with an ender chest. It's just gonna make it look a little bit nicer. I mean, ender chests are so powerful, aren't they? Place that there, output, make sure the bottom is set to push, and all of our nether stars will just end up in there. Just sounds perfect. And right, nether stars. What are we even gonna use nether stars for? I actually don't know. What's a treasure core? I don't know about any of these things. Well, I guess the main thing that the nether stars are going to be used for are definitely the mycelial generator that I would love to set up on here. Now, you may be wondering, oh, that's kind of a pain. You have that wither bar that ends up popping up all the time. Well, no, you can actually place this in here and turn the boss bar off, and it'll even turn the sound off, really, so long as you're not nearby. So you don't really have to worry about it other than explosion noise, which muffler... believe there's other mufflers. No, maybe not. I don't know if the explosion sound will continue to happen, but at least the boss bar is gone. Aha, here we go. I found the soundproofing right there, just from Cyclic. I swear Cyclic has literally everything. Place this over here. That should definitely dial down the sound. Oh yeah, so much quieter over there. And there we go. Perfect. So, of course, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Of course, there's a lot more to come. This is just barely touching the surface. Like I said, this is really laying down the foundation for what is going to take place later on. But of course, as always, I do want to give a huge shout out to the sponsor of today's video, and that is going to be a huge thanks that's going to Oliver Garden. Thank you so much for your amazing support over on Patreon. Absolutely going above and beyond over there. Thank you so much. And guys, of course, if you're interested in becoming a Patreon yourself, be sure to check the link down in the description below. Guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I'll see you, of course, in the next one. Be sure to give this a huge thumbs up if you haven't already, and click that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. And guys, I'll see you in the next one. And as always, thanks for watching.